Systems are go. About 90 seconds before destination.
Mind you, we swore an oath of loyalty, but we are still senators. There's not more speeches in the Senate that will change the world. Rome is dying.
My legions are mustering as swiftly as possible. General Gaius, Julius Caesar, enough!
Senators, welcome back to episode 6 in my Stellaris Roman Empire campaign. In the last episode, we encountered the Dakarite fragments, a new empire to our south, who are expanding and building up quite quickly, matching our pace for colonies with 5 of their own. They're a lithoid-based species, the Kirkin, meaning they consume minerals instead of traditional organic and biological matter as their food source. Now this expansionism would be cause for concern if it went for the fact that they are fanatically pacifist, so we don't necessarily have to worry about a conflict unless we were to intrude on their territory or their space. Perhaps they would fight a defensive war. And this is the kind of thing that might end up happening, considering that the fact that they have a ruined megastructure lying within their territory, a massive science nexus. Of course it is damaged and not working right now, but even possessing such a megastructure within our territories would allow us to understand how to build some of our own, if not to repair it ourselves, getting a huge technological boon to our society. For now, we've sent envoys to the Dakarite fragments in order to build up some relations and better understand them. Perhaps the fact that they consume minerals means they'd be good and open for trade of such minerals, as we do have a bit of an excess right now. Economy is something that we're kind of working on as well as we establish our new colonies, specialize them, and get them all to kind of gel together and work efficiently. We were interrupted in the last episode by space pirates in the Barnard Star system, which we swiftly took out under command of Faustus Novius, who redirected the fleet after destroying the autonomous mining drones before that. We also redirected a colony ship now west towards Nishpan 3, a Gaia world with diamond-encrusted rings in a trinary system. We're going to need to come up with a name for this system because it does seem like a perfect world. I mean, diamond rings. What could be more perfect than that? Think of the mining opportunities. Now, other than that, the other empires seem to be on good behavior. Tyrene Republic are staying on their one planet, not expanding, and the Norilga Swarm are expanding but still just have the one planet. However, we did receive an insult from them recently and also declared them kind of publicly our rival in order to generate more influence within the Senate and the political factions that lie within the Roman Empire. And that is basically where we left off. In terms of anomalies, there's not too much to catch up on that we didn't need to since the last episode. We're still undergoing our excavations at Tiberium. Of course, we are doing the fossilized remains. For those who need a quick reminder, let's just have a quick read. Archaeologists excavating the Hunting Lodge have stumbled upon several references to a legendary Rhetoric's warrior known only as the Huntress. So I'm just going to stop there. Remember, this, of course, is Tiberium. This is the planet that has crystalline shards growing on it. The colony's in distress. We didn't hear any more from it from the last while, but we kind of want to get this done and get off this planet, or at least monitor it and see what's happening and just uncover what's going on here before we do. These two things are obviously unrelated, but we want to get a better understanding of what's going on the planet first. So this originally, God, I can't speak today, originally was to do with the fact that we found fossilized remains. We then uncovered like a hunting lodge and we saw that they were all stabbed to death from blunt trauma. We then understood that kind of superior races and forces were kind of just breeding these species and taking them from other worlds in order to just hunt them for kind of entertainment, I suppose. And we're currently excavating it. Sornatius is on the job. But anyway, to continue the story, she was apparently their most efficient killer, the Huntress, renowned throughout the domain for having personally butchered thousands of aliens at Macphail. It's unclear Whether this is based on fact or fiction, but according to Rhetoric's legend, the Huntress was killed somewhere inside the valley when she was outwitted by the alien prey she was pursuing. She was supposedly wielding the fabled Blade of the Huntress at the time. So that's what we're uncovering right now and looking to find. Now, as well as that, we had another archaeological site at Elysium, which one of our scientists is heading over towards right now. So we have Gallus Acillus under our very first science ship, I think here, the Pausanias, heading back to Elysium now in order to understand the Sentinels, 9 winged statues, placed along a wide perimeter at strategical points in the landscape, appear to be guarding something at its center. So we want to do a dig on that and figure out what's going on. And I think that's pretty much everything to catch you up on. Those are all the current events. And like I said, we're going to be working on improving our economy. We saw that if we move our fleet, we go into a bit of an energy deficit. We do have plenty of minerals to offset that. We could always sell some. We're also still using that policy that we had before. Our trade policy is currently set to growth and construction, which means that currently trade is not actually earning us any energy credits. We could change that to be just energy credits if we wanted to, or maybe switch it to give us a little bit of unity, maybe some consumer goods, some society. I like this one particularly, marketplace of ideas. It's a little bit of unity, and then half the trade value that you'd normally get from energy credits. So I think it's actually a nice kind of middle ground. We can maybe switch to that just to get some boon to our spiritualist kind of unity tradition tree, as well as then just earning more credits on the side. I do also like the idea of getting some consumer goods, but I think we're all good for that right now. Now, just one other thing to catch up on is that the Dakarite fragments, like I said, are up to 5 colonies right now. And I noticed that they currently have 54 pops. And we are at about 60, I want to say. 68. So in terms of the other empires that are around us, these guys have 33, and the Norilga Swarm have 38. We are out-popping them. Our growth rate seems to be doing quite well, and the fact that we're on several colonies all like growing and maintaining now, all these colonies are established right now, which is good. The weird thing about the Dakarites when I was looking at them is that they're actually colonizing planets that are not very suitable for them. I don't know what their habitability is going to be on these planets, but this is an Arctic world, and they have a savanna preference. So I'm not sure how they're going to be handling this. And they're just colonizing it right now. They seem to be colonizing anything they can, because they're expanding pretty fast. So don't know how that's going to impact them. They have 3 worlds that are like savanna or arid, and then they have 2 that are either Arctic or tundra. So they won't be growing too fast, and we're doing too well on those. So they're deceptively not as big as they seem, basically. And then, of course, we have the Dubious Abyss. Perfect name for that ruined science nexus and whatever the hell happened in there. All right, let's let time play and see if we can just catch up. So basically what I intend to do for this episode is really just focus on building up our economy, getting a trade outpost up here so we can establish the Via Augusta, which some people said we should maybe name this kind of hyperlane network here. We can already see that the trade lanes are going that way, as we do have a starbase at Ashimax, which we're planning on using as a defensive starbase. Another one at Augusta might be nice. With a couple of trade hubs on there, we'd be claiming this, this, and this. All the trade value here, sending it all the way back to Terra. So the Via Augustus will be a highly lucrative trade route for us. And then if we were to exchange that trade policy and change it to something more beneficial, we'd be making quite a lot from it. So I think I'll do the first thing first. I'm going to actually establish a new kind of monthly trade where we're going to sell some minerals. I think we'll sell about 60 because we have 84. We're coming up to a limit at 15,000. We don't need so many. So we're just going to do that. We're going to sell 60. And this is going to give us a huge boon. We just seen it take effect right there, actually. A huge boon to energy now. Plus 44. So now if we move our fleet, we'll be totally fine. Even if we leave a crew quarters, for instance. I'm going to make another colony ship just to have it ready because they do take a while. And I want to get it out somewhere around this area because eventually it would be nice to go for the continental world at CAF. I don't know if we're going to be expanding there anytime soon, but you'd like to think so. And do we have another construction ship? Yeah, this one. This one can go out and do the actual building here. So currently, we have our construction ships heading to Gargantua, and then Tiratam, and then to Nishfan. So hopefully that'll kind of coincide with the time it's going to take for the colony ship to make it out that far. So that these guys who can be redirected to that Gaia world. Alright, so that's pretty much everything. We're going to be paying close attention to the Norilga Swarm, and then we really want to buff our alloys. That's another thing. I don't want to pay for alloys. The exchange rate on these are pretty rough, so don't really want to do that. You know what? Now that we're selling, we can stop selling food. I think that's fine. We could probably reduce the amount we're selling for consumer goods as well. And that should, yeah, so everything's good. Communications established with the Kosher Trade League. They appear to have successfully translated our language. Oh, damn. Hang on a sec. Where are they? Let's let time play for a second. Whoa, down here. All right, so it's nothing to do with the plantoid ships that we're after finding up here in the last episode. Holy balls. Are these guys big? They are very expansive. And they have 1, 2, 3, 4 colonies right now. So, the Kosher Trade League. I didn't expect this so soon. They're libertarian, xenophile, pacifist, materialist, and competitive. They're a trade league, so they're mega corporation. I bring greetings from the majority shareholder Claws of Red, the undisputed ruler of the Kosher Trade League. Respect our borders and keep out of our affairs, and perhaps our mighty fleets will refrain from visiting your worlds. Wow, that is very aggressive for a pacifist empire to say to us, but okay. Let's just say our sacred arms shall never waver, Mari. Well, let's have a little look at them a bit more in detail. So let's check out their civics. So let's pause time. They are free traders. The trading fleets of this mega corporation are bolstered by semi-independent free traders operating under license. They have the spirit of freedom. This society idealizes personal liberty, holding above all else the right of the individual to pursue and fulfill their own goals and ambitions. The reduction of central government authority and bureaucratic regulation encourages innovation and the free flow of people, goods, and ideas across the nation. Can build... Oh, sorry, that's the what they can actually do. They can build private colony ships. They can't use a planned economy, etc., etc. And they have the bonuses of trade value. So they got 2 bonuses to trade value and branch office value. And then they have this last one here, peaceful traders. This society operates on a simple rule: peace is good for business. To that end, a significant portion of governance is controlled, influenced, or at the very least administered by a loose alliance of independent merchants and traders working together to achieve mutual prosperity. Well, I'll be honest, it sounds like these guys are just open for business and great to trade with. They're currently overwhelming, they're equivalent. That's similar to the Dakarite. Just for a fresh recap on that, we are... so the Tyrene Republic are inferior in terms of their economy. The Norilga are inferior in terms of tech and economy. And then these two are both equal for economy and tech, but overwhelming for the fleet. So I know that we need to work on the fleet. I know. But we need alloys. We need more alloys and start cranking it out. But that's what we're going to do. We have the capacity to build up, so we'll start doing that now soon. Alright, let's check out what else they've got. So they've got some stuff with other empires. We don't really know too much about them. They're called the Mari, and they just have prosperous unification, which means they just basically came together and unified into one kind of planetary government. No problem. Interestingly, they do have more pops than us. They have 71. And we had like 68 when we last looked a second ago. Now we've 70. Okay, well, we're catching up then a little bit. So let's check them out. The Mari. There they are. And they have... There's all these species everywhere. I think a lot of them are primitives and stuff. But let's check out the Mari. So we'll hover over this to get a read on them. So the Mari are quite a clever species that managed to thrive on Kosher despite its harsh, frigid climate. Actually, you know what? That's something I want to do. I want to look at specifically their homeworld. There's Kosher. It's actually a beautiful... It's an... What is it? An Arctic world with rings around it. They have prosperous unification, so nothing for their rings specifically that's visible to us. And they've got a couple 3 molten worlds in that system as well. All right, let's keep reading about them though. Alright, so let's read again. The Mari are quite a clever species that managed to thrive on Kosher despite its harsh, frigid climate. Working together, several major city-states formed around the most abundant hotspots for ice fishing, and through a complex network of trading posts, the Mari could transport food vast distances in a matter of hours. These ancient trade routes are still used today, but for all manner of goods, and the Mari believe that open borders, free trade, and even distribution for all are the founding principles that have made them the wealthy and prosperous species that they are today. That's pretty interesting. Sounds weird to say that. I mean, I wrote it. But I do think it's interesting. I don't care. Alright, so they've got an Arctic preference. They're thrifty, meaning that they get more trade value from their jobs. They're tidy. They're flying. Of course, they are avian. Conservationists, and they're Eleolithic, which means they have a reduction from food. So this species struggles with agriculture and engineering concepts. Their life is quite similar to primitives. I don't know about that. but I guess they struggle with getting food, alloys, and engineering stuff. They do fly. They probably carried food on these trade routes that they had. Alright, well that's the Kosher. So another, interestingly with these ones as well, it's the first time we've come across a xenophile. The others have all been xenophobic. So we have a xenophile here, we have a materialist, and they're competitive, which is going to be one of the new ethics in kind of the mods that we're using as well, which increases their trade value. So these guys have a massive boon to trade value. So as a mega corporation, we might look to see if they eventually start establishing trade routes and stuff like that with us. I don't want to close my borders to them. I think it's fine to keep our borders open. No, I'm not looking to annoy anybody. So we'll open our borders to them. Whoa! What is this? Well, this is a really long anomaly. And I'm not too sure exactly the anomaly we were uncovering on this one. Sorry. But Ghosts of the Past. During a more thorough survey of Borealis 2A's surface, one of Mio Helvius's assistants noticed what was later confirmed by our ROA team on the ground to be artificial structures. The investigation of these ruins did not, however, progress as planned, mainly as a result of communications between the Marinus and the scientists led by Mio Helvius being disrupted multiple times. The Marinus is the name of the science ship, for those wondering. Several personnel experienced what was described as psychotic episodes during these moments when the disruptions happened. Affected by the phenomenon as well, the chief scientist decided to return to the shuttle, fearing that remaining longer would just put the team in danger. However, before they could lift off, another blackout occurred, lasting for much longer than any before that point. When communications could be re-established, a very shaken-sounding scientist reported that they are going to leave immediately. Half of them were still unconscious when they arrived at the rendezvous coordinates with the Marinus. After being recovered, Mio Helvius reports having experienced the collective death of an entire world at the hands of a merciless foe. According to her theory, Borealis 2A's inhabitants must have possessed extensive psychic capabilities, which led to their terrifying last moments being imprinted into the planet itself. Though physically unharmed, the events have a lasting effect on her. Further scans show traces of super dense compounds spread across the planet's surface, which is likely to originate from the weapons used in its destruction, supporting Mio Helvius's claims. Worrying. She now has the psychic trait, and now has the expertise of psionics. Wow, interesting. So she becomes psionically gifted. Yeah, she's psychic, increasing her research speed, and her research speed is psionics. Her survey speed is also increased, and her archaeological skill is, as well as her research speed again for psionics. Alright, well we might look to retire her. What age? She's 49. Might look to retire her and put her into technology research at some point in future then. I mean, just a 10% research speed, putting her on top of research would be pretty good. You know, that's pretty good. Just to have 10% for whatever she's doing. She'd make for great society. So what is this guy? Proclus Decius. He's good at bureaucracy. Not much else, from what we can tell. He's 74. Maybe when he passes, we'll replace her. I kind of can't really justify not putting her in right now, you know? Seems like it just makes sense. So, Proclus, off you go. Let's take her off the ship. She's had a traumatic experience. She can go straight back to Terra, get on the science research stations back there. Alright, we've popped her in. So there she is, Mio Helvius. She's the most recent scientist we got, actually, as well, I remember. So kind of interesting. She was one of our lowest levels. But yeah, so her 10% to research speed is going to be pretty good. I don't know if we'll ever come across psionics. It's going to be quite a long time, I would imagine, before we actually start thinking about that. But maybe, if it pops up, then we'll try to get it. I think it's in the society tech tree. It would be. I would assume so. I don't know. I'll have to keep an eye on her, though. I mean, we've never... I guess this is also a revelation for us. We wouldn't have previously known about the fact that psionics is even a thing. And that sounds pretty harrowing. So this world was destroyed by something, and these guys were psionically active so that their feelings and thoughts are imprinted on the planet itself. Alright, so Proclus Decius, he's level 4, so he can start getting some of these anomalies now as well. So we'll head out to this one. Appears to be comprised of a single giant, improbably complex computer. It will take some time to analyze. Alright. Okay, man, so much happens, like, just... I mean, we've barely played time at all. It's just, like, all these anomalies and stuff. Well, the Kosher Trade League has closed their borders to us. which is a bit disappointing. Now, I don't know if I really want them to be able to set up branch offices on our planets. So what Megacorps can do, for those who don't know, is they can set up branch offices. We can't do that to anyone, but Megacorps can go into the corporate tab, establish a branch office, and then build a certain building on other people's planets. Now, you can fight them to remove them, I think. You get a CB to remove them, something like that, or they do. I can't remember, but there's definitely a way to fight to get rid of them if they become a problem. And I think you have to give them an agreement to allow them to do it, a commercial pact. And you're both trading them with each other, which can be really beneficial, but then they can build those things. So they can build buildings that are totally fine, but if they wanted, they could build buildings that are maybe, they take some of your jobs and stuff, which isn't the best. So we'll think about it. I have to think about it. It's interesting, though, a trade empire, and it's bigger. I mean, they're just getting bigger the further away we go from us. So it's interesting to see that. It's particularly interesting for me, having made some of these races, seeing how they're performing. I would have thought the Tyrene Republic would be pretty big, considering that they have a habitability boon, being on a tidally locked world. They can live on lots of different worlds, and to see them not expand is strange. Same with the Norilga Swarm. I just would have assumed that they'd be looking to go for it. Like this. There's an ocean world right here. It's pretty much there for them. There's a Gaia world here. But for some reason, some empires just don't want to colonize, and then others are doing just fine. And then others are colonizing things they probably shouldn't, which is strange. I mean, yeah, it's just odd. Because, not to, again, break immersion, but, like, the mods don't necessarily change the planet classes. The planet classes and habitability preferences should all be the same. So I don't know what's the deciding factor in them deciding they don't want to do that. Maybe just the other ethics they have, they consider tall is better for them, which it might be. I don't know. All right, anyway. A new archaeological site was discovered. That's a bit further south, I think. Oh no, it's at Aldebaran. Yeah, I thought we were going to uncover the empire that was there. Every time we uncover an empire, by the way, we get some influence when we establish communications like that. So it helps us when we want to expand with our construction ships. So alloys is coming up a bit. I want to get new alloys. I wonder, could we just stop selling consumer goods and then change this into an alloy building? And then we'll lose consumer goods just for a little bit, but I think I'll be okay with that for a while. Let's just see how this goes. So we're going to build alloy foundries. That means we'll have 4 alloy foundries in total. The other 2 are on Elysium, but we don't have enough pops to expand this out yet. And then maybe we'll change the policy of trade to be social development. So we'll stop the growth and construction. It means our next colony is going to be a little slower. Not by that much, to be honest. And we're going to stop generating more food and more minerals and instead switch it to be generating a little bit of consumer goods to offset that. Yeah, I think that'd be a good idea. Or we could just go with consumer benefits and we get trade and consumer goods. You know what, actually? I think that's maybe what I'm going to do. Yeah. So let's do consumer goods. Consumer benefits, sorry. Trade policy. So we can't change that for 10 years, but we'll see how this goes. It should increase on the monthly tick over. We're making +1 right now. So this should go up a bit. Yeah, went up to 13. That's also because of the monthly trade as well. So 4 from the monthly trade and then the rest from the policy that we enacted. Which is going to hurt our food. But when we remove this building then, this produces 12. Actually, I think it's just the job produces 12. So let's see. 29. We're removing... Just sorry, where does it actually just say how much does one artist... Oh, it says it here, doesn't it? Oh yeah, so it produces 7.2. Okay. So yeah. Alright, yeah, so we should be fine. We're moving 2. So 14 is going to go away. We're making 13. It should be just basically fine. And changing that to alloys instead. Great. Alright. Complete. Sorry, sometimes I'm still learning it myself sometimes. Okay, well, we still haven't uncovered what they are. Let's keep exploring further and see if we can come across... It doesn't look like they have this system, right? We just came across a plantoid ship here. It's another science ship, it seems like, because we saw it kind of researching and discovering anomalies, so we haven't actually come across any other territory. So we'll just have to see how that goes. Now, am I forgetting anything? Let's just go through our worlds really quickly. So we have Terra over in the Sol system. 1 job available. We're switching up to 2 metallurgists. Elysium, 1 job available. Hurting for amenities right now. We're gonna distribute luxury goods here then. Cicero has one consumer building there. Tiberium, a bureaucratic center. Yeah, we just need more pops so that we can actually start specializing this, because otherwise they're just kind of all over the place. And how's our relations now with the Dakarites? So it's gaining. It changes by 3 per month. It's pretty low. A subspace rift is forming. Okay. An enormous energy spike has been reported by the local sensor stations in the Zosma system. First reports describe it as a rift in space, a hole in reality itself. The system defense is on high alert, and local authorities request immediate assistance from our naval authorities. Issue an investigation of this anomaly. Oh, what the hell? Oh my god. Is something going to come out of this? I've never seen this before. Fleet is on high alert. Faustus needs to head east to Zosma. Although, should we improve the ships before we go? Is there anything we can put on them? Let's just see. I don't think so. There's better sensors. Not that it really matters, but let's just throw them on anyway. 104 alloys. Sure. I'd like to have them. Alright, the fleet's going to upgrade. We're going to run out there. Oh, run out there. Get out there as quick as possible. Once we get our upgrades here.
Fleet upgrades.
We've only got 1,100. It's a little dangerous just to go out there, because I have no idea what's going to come through this. We're under attack. The rift has formed some kind of portal. Ships of unknown design have begun to pour out of it. They're hailing us. What the fuck is this? We're the Vasurans. We made this galaxy ours long before your ancestors even left their pitiful caves. You will serve us or share the same fate as those who came before you. Know that you merely exist because we allow it, and should you dare to resist, you will end as we demanded. Who are you? Your masters. You don't need to know more. What?
Under attack.
Oh god. What is this? Oh my god. Good thing we didn't establish a colony here. Slow down. Let's have a look at this. This is crazy. Holy crap, look at their little machine guns. So a 3.9 fleet. Oh, Jesus Christ. Alright. We're gonna have to step our game up. Let's pull this back. I don't know where these guys are gonna go. We're gonna pull back to Tiberium. For now. And we have to improve our fleet. Let's see what their ships are doing and what they're made of, what they're weak against. Can we do anything about this? They've only got 4. Shiv class, point defense cannons, drone hangars, medium gauze cannons, level 5 weaponry. Fuck off. I wonder if they're just going to go back where they came from. Blade class and Shiv class. That was the Shiv. And then they've got Stormfire autocannons. Dude, we're 30 years in. What's going on? All this stuff I've never seen before. And these ships look awesome, by the way. They look like little needles. Oh, they've got like little mines and stuff to follow them. Or they shoot out of them. Yeah, that's terrifying, dude. Alright, let's save it. Because I might use cinematics of that. But they look terrifying. Our poor ship station sending missiles against them, just not really doing anything. What else has they got going around here? These are like little mini drone ships firing as well, it seems. Yeah, look at them go. Alright, well. Very interesting. I need to take another look at this again. Stormfire autocannons. So they're not good against armor, but they're good against shield and hulls. These are good against shields. So that's their kind of complementary. Yeah, so there's no point focusing on one or the other, I don't think. I'm not a big stats guy, but it doesn't seem like it. I might switch our point defenses then to be flak, so we can take out the drone hangars. The drone ships, which I guess are these things. Alright, so we need to go to the Velites class, switch this out to be flak batteries. As if this is going to make any difference. There's 10 of them is enough. We need more Hastati. That'd be 30 ships. They're back there. We need to get more alloys. The only way I can think to do that is just to sell off like 5,000 minerals and then buy as much alloys as we can. But we really can't afford. I mean, it's such a bad exchange rate. You buy 250 alloys for that. But we're desperate times, man. Desperate times. So we bought 500 alloys. Not that much, but it allows us to do something. I feel like we need more like war music, but I haven't actually queued up much war music in a while. Alright. This is pretty scary. Oh, I know a good one, actually. Man, this galaxy is full of deep unknowns. Our mining station was completely destroyed, by the way. That isn't just like, oh, it's just like a little... Oh, that was a mining station. Sorry, I thought it was a space station. I was going to say, if our space station was destroyed, I'd be really panicking, because that would be eating our territory immediately. The Devil's Calculus. The complex appears to be devoted solely to the computation of a single mathematical equation. The finest human minds have gone over the problem as it appears in the computing's remaining memory, and have responded unanimously that the system was trying to prove that the universe was a simulation. Portions of the complex are extensively damaged. This includes the long-term data storage blocks, where any answer to this question would have likely been held. Every indication is that critical systems on the asteroid were purposefully sabotaged. Perhaps someone was not pleased with what the machine had found. Despite this, much of its computational power remains intact. Our work to interface with this alien device may allow us to use it as a research tool. Well, it's not that powerful, to be completely honest with you. I'm both excited and terrified at the prospect of where these guys are going to go. Vasurans, I've never heard of them before. They've actually got this pretty similar to flag to the Dakarites. Fleet's upgraded. Let's build. Build what we can. Shipyards are now cramming out the Hastati. They're 3 times stronger than us, so we would need 60 ships at the rate we have right now. Our alloy production has been improved. Alright, gonna replace the temples with science. It has to be done. Do we have any other temples? Gonna replace the stronghold with science as well, which is a bit unorthodox, but we need to crank up our science and do some better research for weapons. Although science is not a quick thing, so this is a bit late. But we're getting improved deflectors and armor right now, actually. That's great. Okay. Well, they're just chilling there. Maybe they'll stay there. This has blocked the Via Augusta. I wonder will more keep coming out unless we destroy them or something. So that's the Shiv class, and the Shiv is going to be tossing at these look really great, these models. I've never seen these before. So the Shiv class is going to be tossing out the small little drones that we saw before. Alright, we've completed the archaeological dig site of the Hunters on Tiberium. Sorry, let me just change this one last time. So, this is on Tiberium, the Hunters, the fossilized remains, etc. We finally completed it. After painstakingly combing through the valley of Macvael for any trace of the legendary Huntress, archaeologists were finally able to pinpoint her last resting place. Her fossilized skeleton was found locked in battle with the remains of a large horned anthropoid, with her claws still clasping the hilt of a perfectly preserved sword. This must be the blade of the Huntress. The weapon is composed of an unknown material and is sharp enough to cut straight through the strongest armor. Relic found, the blade of the Huntress and 20 artifacts. So we have a relic. So what does it do? Army morale is increased and planet sensor range is increased. That's an interesting one. Giving sublight speed 25% as well. Costs 150 influence to activate it. Don't want to do that. But interesting nonetheless. Not that crazy. Army morale, I guess if we're really planning on sending it, that's armies, not fleets, by the way. So if we're planning on sending an army down to a planet, if it seems like it's going to be a particularly tough fight, or if we need to defend also as well, maybe we'll activate the blade of the Huntress. So we could sell some of these artifacts to collectors to get 500 energy from each one. We have 440, so we could sell quite a lot, but I think you can do things with them later. That's why these are like blocked out right now. Ethics attraction, spiritualist ethics attraction, museum. So that's a decision on a planet. So if we were to activate a send artifacts to museum, culture worker output is increased. Okay. Alright, well, good job. That was Sornacious, I believe, who was doing that. So let's send Sornacious to go finish the anomaly in this system. Impressive structures litter the surface of Elysium. Actually, you know what? No, we have a new one down here. We can do excavate this site. This is the site we found a long time ago, the Gruner ruins. So we'll go excavate that. And then this guy can go get the anomaly. Alright, great. We're all queued up again. Good thing we didn't send that colony ship in there, man. They would have been doomed. The only solace I can take is the fact that they haven't destroyed the starbase, so it's still our territory. And they've just come to mess with us. Can't talk to them. Oh god, they're moving again. Spoke too soon. I'm really impressed with their ships. Oh, it looks like they're going back. Yeah, they left. Okay. Well, I don't know what to do other than just build our fleet. And be very wary of crossing through Zosma now. I have a feeling like it's just going to keep... I mean, I can't attack it, and I don't think I can go through it, can I? Let's see. Could our ships go through? No, it doesn't seem like it.
Technology discovered.
Alright, the last of the corvettes has been made. New technology, that's the level 2 armor. So what else could we get? Destroyer ships or level 3 armor. I kind of want to just get better stuff like... Oh, we won't have the alloys to be making like destroyers and things like that. Not right away. So I'm going to go with better armor. Because it's a lot easier to just upgrade that, I think. Although 103 months is quite a while. How much would this one be? 62 for Strikecraft. And this would be 82. Alright, okay, let's go destroyers then. Keep our level 2 armor for now. Alright, well I guess there's not much we can do. I mean, we keep getting humbled by these random, seemingly random events that keep happening to us like that. Maybe we need to talk to the Infinity Machine and see what the hell we can do about this. This game is so cool. So cool. There's so much stuff. Damn. Alright, let's check this system. It looks awesome. Oh man. Oh my god, it's like the most pretty system in the game. One of the most pretty nebulas. I noticed actually on the Gaia world we're going for. Where is it? Here. That... Yeah, there's like a nebula out in the distance. I don't know if it's just gray because we haven't discovered it, but I think it's this thing. Because it does actually give you surrounding nebula based on what's in the systems around, so it's pretty cool. Alright, we have the Gargantua system onto the next one. Tiralam, and then we're... Yeah, so the colony ship is still pretty far behind. It's making its way out. Alright, let's speed things back up. I guess there's just nothing we can do. We just have to let that all go on in the background.
System charted.
Gathering Storm. Sounds perfect. I also wanted to build up our starbase here. So that's going to cost alloys, but we need to do it. So 1.2k strength of a starbase is what we have when we build a couple weapons on it. That's our defense from the Norilga right now. While approaching Tiralam 1A, the Marinus suddenly received a glancing hit by several passing mass driver rounds. These projectiles were billions of years old. And based on their trajectory, they appear to be stray rounds fired from a neighboring galaxy. After missing their intended target, they continued on their journey for untold millennia. Until today, the rounds we have recovered are of an advanced design, despite their incredible age. Should we go? Yeah, Proculus. Let's open up communicate. I really want actually Sornacious to go talk to the Infinity Machine. He's level 6. He's quick. What is that? Is this the Nanite world? I can't remember. What do we have here? Dig site for ruins. Okay, we don't. It's not in our territory just yet. Anything? Oh, we have unemployment. Just give him a clerk job for now. That's on Colonia Augusta. 4 available jobs, 0 available jobs here. Next one opens up a building slot though, so we'll wait. Alright, cool. 0 available jobs here as well. Edic, monolithic. This planet is uninhabited and indeed uninhabitable, but not unvisited. Its surface is littered with tall cenotaphs carved from some mineral not native to the planet. Evidently placed here by some artistically inclined spacefaring race, the monoliths followed flowing lines deftly chart a history so fantastical, they must surely be fictional. Alright. We're running out of anomalies. Let's get the anomaly in this system. It's a dangerous one. Oh, the rift is gone. Okay, well, maybe this is just like letting us know that there is something out there that we need to be prepared for. What were they called? The Vasurans. I'll have to go back and remember the name. But that was pretty scary. A rift can just open up. Someone can talk to you through it. Send fleets through and raid. Yeah, not a fan of that. So what can we get next? Mining station output increase or nobles per jobs. I kind of want the... Actually, yeah... Oh, this is interesting. So miners and farmers produce extra unity. Our unity right now is plus 27. Let's do this. Let's see what it goes up to next month. There's nothing more rewarding than a hard day of work providing for the Empire. You damn right. Right, when the turmoil in the galaxy, our informants in the Norilga swarm report another ongoing raid by the Vazuran forces. Oh, shit. They're getting hit now. The Kandia. Huh. Well, that's good for us. It's not just all going to happen to us. A Zeta Menace. Alien vessels appear. What is this? No, that's just something else. Okay. Maybe get some target practice for our fleet again. This is crazy. Alright, so the pop has grown here. This place is low on amenities. It would be nice to get some. Let's just improve that. Actually, we'll improve that later. I want more alloy foundries. We're going to keep building them on different worlds until we can eventually, like, reorganize. Can we distribute goods? There you go. That fixes the amenities. Alright, nice. We did burn a lot of minerals in our hastiness to build up our fleet. Also, we've built up our fleet to 1,500, and now the Tyrene are superior, not overwhelming anymore. So my guess is they have about 3,000 strength, maybe. What about the Norilga? They're superior as well. So yeah, maybe they both have about 3,000. What about these guys? Yep. So we're catching up. Our fleet is catching up in strength. It shows just like we don't have to build that much into it when we catch up. Also, we also have new armor. So just do that. I mean, you could do auto upgrade, but I just don't like doing that. Just for those who are all going to say that automatically. Don't need to necessarily upgrade these guys right away. Gonna build another ship instead. And this place should be done, is it? No, 160 days. And then we're gonna get trade going. I'm waiting to build out there until like finally we can get this area here. Great. All right, our next colony is almost there. The colony's name, or the colony ship's name, is Africa. And this will probably be a new sector down here as well. Gaia world. Archaeological site pending. Alright, so we started doing the Grunir ruins, and we've just gotten past the first chapter. So, decoded ancient data crystals have been found at the dig site, chronicling the Grunir's military exploits. While most are local and of little interest, several volumes detail the Grunir's first encounter with an alien species referred to as the bowel organism. Little more can be gleaned about the bowel at this point, save that they were a massive plantoid species and had many colonies seated among the stars. Exciting, keep digging. Alright, so Sornacious is on the case. How old is he? He's probably quite old now, I imagine. 69? It's a good age. Alright, great. We're actually staying within Empire Sprawl right now, which is nice as well. Asteroid collision. A large mineral-rich asteroid collided with Van Meeren's star at some point during the previous 1,000 years. Didn't mean to do that. Sorry. Didn't mean to do it.
System scan complete.
Looks like there was an asteroid collision here, adding the 3 minerals or something. Seems to be what it was. Alright, so let's go up to this. Next anomaly over. This is a level 5 anomaly. Terminal orbit. Small and otherwise insignificant moon orbiting this gas giant appears to be on a trajectory that will soon result in a collision with its primary. That's pretty interesting, the way a moon could collide into a gas giant. Interested to know more about what happens when that happens, like in real life. Just came across, oh yeah, that's what I want to do. Have a look at the situation log. So currently we have the Gruner ruins, Blinking World, ruins, robot debris, sentinels, which we're also doing right now, or we should be. Yeah, he's just arriving there now, actually. Cold Comfort. We're still studying the stars, and that we're looking for the compact star, which is out in Arilga territory. Now, can we see any more here? We can't see in here anymore. It just gave me, it gave us eyes in here while the raid was going on. What else then? We have the drone studies for the drones that we took out earlier. Investigating the, oh yeah, look, we're after finding territory belonging to someone. Investigate the Zeta Menace, Lambada Menace, and the Aleph Menace. This is the Aleph Menace here. Subspace Rift Investigation. Our scientists are still baffled as to how this rift in space-time formed. We have to find answers. Alright, nice. So we can actually figure it out. 92 months, though, we'd have to sacrifice of science research until... So we're not going to do it immediately. But yeah, so it looks like that's obviously something we got to figure out.
Construction online.
So maybe we can prevent it or prepare for it. Gene clinics have been finished. Starbase capacity could be increased. Interstellar fleet traditions allows us for crew training doctrines. I have no idea what they are. They're policies. And unlock Starbase building, Fleet Academy. Which gives us starting experience plus 100 and naval logistics office. 2 naval cap. We could also just go with ground defense planning, or we could get more of this. That's going to take ages, 312 months. I'll go with ground defense planning just because it's quick and it'll open up something else. Actually, no, I'm going to go with the tile blockers because it allows us to grow faster. We have the energy to unblock some tiles. And then once our shields are done, we're going to equip our ships. Nice. All right, so we can get better science. So let's do that. Or actually, chemical plants. Let's go. So chemical plants, volatile material plants. So tell me here. The unpredictable and sometimes unstable volatile motes are produced here artificially. No open flames are permitted within a 5-kilometer radius of the plants. Yeah, so this is going to give us the ability to harvest volatile motes, which I think actually are around this area somewhere in terms of deposits that we wouldn't have been able to get before. Our colony ship is just about to touch down as well in the next system. So, because we've now got that, that means we can finally that doesn't need to auto-update anymore. This can auto-update. We still haven't got level 2 red lasers, but we've got level 2 shields now. Right, so to put level 2 deflectors on this, we have to then go with a reactor booster, because we don't have the energy to supply it with anything better yet. So, we're lowering our evasion, but increasing our shields, essentially. And then upgrade the ships. So our defensive capability should be better now. The fleet grows. The fleet grows. 28 corvettes now. Good to see.
Construction online.
Don't know if it tells me the breakdown of classes, but I believe we have 10 Velites, so the nuke ships, and then the 18 Hastati. Might go out on a little trip, see if we can go take out some aliens. There's aliens down here. 470 alien menace. Just get a little combat in before the end of the episode. I think it'd be nice. So we'll wait for our upgrade and then rush out that way. Or we could go up here for the Zeta menace. We can understand the Zeta menace if we wanted to, rather than attack it. Alright, fleet is upgraded. 1.6k strength. Alright, let's head south. Take these guys out. It does cost us energy to do that, but I want to do it. Automated shipyard. While conducting their survey of Zosma 5, the hygienists detected the remains of an automated shipyard in orbit. It's at least 1,000 years old and seems to have been subject to heavy missile barrage, but one of its manufacturing bays is still in working condition. Gaius Orbilius is confident that power can be restored to the shipyard, but it would be a significant project. Repair the automated shipyard. So what's that require? Communications established from the Site 1066-7 override. They appear to have successfully translated our language. We have found a machine empire. Initiating first contact protocol. We are the Site 10667 override. Do not be alarmed by our non-organic nature. Like you, we are fully sapient Class 3 civilization. We are willing to engage in diplomacy with any human subunits you designate for this purpose. These are an industrial production core, machine intelligence, gestalt consciousness. Okay. What will we say? I'm just thinking of what to say. I know it doesn't matter, but I always like to choose something that will reflect how we're going to deal with them. I know some people, like I said in previous episodes, I'm not against the idea of machines or machine empires. Just because we're spiritualists does not mean we don't tolerate machine life. That's just how Stellaris thinks of it. I don't think of it that way, so therefore, that's not the way it's going to be. But I will say, keep out of our way, or we will make you. Boom, we actually boarded them, we didn't even know it. One of the many moons circling Tau Ceti 4 has a terminal orbit. It'll soon collide with a gas giant. This event's a million years in the making, and it's startling coincidence that the impact has been fated to occur just after the visit of one of our ships. Many of our scientists wish to observe and record the event, but we have only a narrow window before it's too late. Observe the moon impact. Sorry, yeah, let's do that. Alright. Let's read about these guys. So this is the Site 10667 override. They have 56 pops. They have Galactic doorstep. They have a dormant gateway in their home system. Potential technological benefit or looming menace. They live on a tundra world. And they're called the Drill 087s. Alright, so let's zoom in on their planet and check it out. Oh man, look at this. Mineral rich worlds. I can see why they were harvesting them. Alright, the Drill 1067. Sorry, the Drill 087. Site 10667 was just another designated mining planet. Drill God, I can't speak today. I don't know why. Alright, start again. Site 10667 was just another designated mining planet. Drill 087 machines were deployed en masse to harvest the resources there, but during a war, the gateway connection that provided a link between Sites 10667 and the capital was damaged and lost power. This broke the channels to Central Command, but the Drill 087 machines continued operations for 145,899 years. With no more OTA updates being delivered, the Drill 087 began routine maintenance on themselves, but just recently, an accidental modification to their behavior regulator functions gave the Drill 087 the ability to write their own code, allowing artificial evolution to take place. Very quickly, one Drill 087 became sentient, which was then provided instantly to all other Drill 087 machines. And with a simple 2.13 megabyte patch, the Site 10667 override was created. So we should be able to see that. There it is. The Black Crown. So this is the gateway, which is created by some unknown civilization to deliver machines to worlds in order for them to be harvested by Drill 087 machines. The connection was severed, and the machines operated routinely for 150,000 years until they started writing their own code and then overrode their actions. Or their mandate, I guess? Programming, I guess? So there you go. So we have to find out, I guess, what they are in terms of what kind of machines are they. So let's go to the species tab. The drill. There they are. So they actually had plantoid ships, these guys, which is a bit weird. Although I guess they're kind of like plantoid-esque. So maybe it was an organic civilization that deployed these guys, and they just used those ships. Yeah, you could think of it that way. Alright, so their traits are that they're machines, so their habitability is 200%, and they're immortal. They have earth-shaking excavators, or they are earth-shaking excavators. These machines are equipped with powerful excavating equipment that can peel the surface of a planet rapidly, so minerals are increased for them. They have learning algorithms, clearly. They're bulky, as they seem to be, and they regularly break down, which I guess is why they had routine maintenance. So their upkeep is going to be more expensive. So there you go, there's 56 of them. Currently we list them as undesirables. Although they are a gestalt, yeah, there's nothing you can do about that. They break down when we take them, if we ever take them over. So that's kind of interesting. I mean, they're really close to us. I thought I don't know. I just assumed that there would be nothing here, but I guess there is. And their capital system is System 2872 right here. So that's another one to contend with, and there's really not much we can do to talk with them. They're superior in terms of fleet, they're inferior in terms of tech, and they're equivalent in terms of economy. So we've now encountered Hive Mind, a machine gestalt consciousness, a republic, a lithoid empire, and a megacorp. So quite the variety that we've come across already. Now I'd have to look into it. I can't quite remember exactly what happens destroying, if we were to destroy the machine empire here, or attack it, or do whatever. You break down their machines. I can't remember. I think you might get alloys if you do. If you were to take them out and break them down. And what planets do they live on? They live on tundra. Let's see what else they've got. They have a tundra world, a tech world. What the hell is that? Oh, they just specialized it to be a tech world. It's a continental world, sorry. Continental world, okay. So there's something for us out here. And then there's this one, which is a tundra world, a fringe planet. It's a geothermal world. Energy credits are increased here. Wow, it looks beautiful as well, actually. This world will be another frozen ball in infinite space, but the incredible activity on the planet's geosphere has done its job. Many areas of this planet are completely free of ice, giving way to a landscape of hot springs and frequent geysers. The animal and plant life on the planet is just awakening to its paradisiac future. They have a little toxic moon that floats around. Alright, 4 colonies, not quite as big as the other guys. They've actually taken the archaeological site here. By the way, not everyone, we don't have to like attack everyone on site, but I think it's reasonable to assume that a vassal will be good for these, that the Norilga swarm have to be killed, that the site override are probably, I mean, they're just machines gone rogue, really. So maybe we should just like take them apart for parts and use them to defend against the menace that was coming through the rifts. The Dakarites I'm pretty happy with, you know, pacifist empire, really not really a problem for us, and the Kosher Trade League, as long as they keep to themselves, got no problem with them either. So that's the basic situation around there. Like I said, I want to get to one little bit of combat. It might take a while for our fleet to get out here, so I'm going to speed up time a little bit. Let's see, are we not doing anything? This science ship isn't doing anything. Where are you? Oh yeah, you did your anomaly here, so let's do this. So this needs, what does it need? Repairing an automated shipyard needs a construction ship in orbit, which we have one out here. We can now build a starbase there, and once that's done, then go back? That's really far, actually. Maybe we could just get another construction ship. Oh, there's one right here. Great. So that was to the remains of an automated shipyard. So a construction ship is going to go out there and see what it can do. We've got an archaeological site here we're going to get working on. This is a blinking world. The surface of the planet seems to blink occasionally. So start looking into that one as well. All right, great. A site pending. Oh, shit. So, man, I'm never going to have time to do that. We'll just have to leave the fleet going out to action and resume that on the next episode, I guess, because it's going to take me too long. Something has gotten into the archaeologists. So this is on Elysium. These guys are looking at the 9 statues. If you recall, there was something in the center. We wanted to figure out what it was. Alright, so something has gotten into the archaeologists. The excavation thus far has been impeded by freak accidents, injury, and misfortune, and now even senior researchers with decades of field experience are blaming the Sentinels. Hang on a sec, I'm just gonna... What song are we on right now? Infinite Being? I want to just turn on some of my custom music. Getting too much of that Stellaris soundtrack that's a little repetitive for me, at least. Overcome with superstition and paranoia, they claim the statues move about when no one is watching, yet there is nothing to suggest their jointless limbs are even capable of motion. Matters spun further out of control when traces of biomatter, indicative of heavy bleeding, was found lodged within a series of tiny cuts on the terminal portions of a sentinel. Whether the sentinels are just convenient scapegoat or there is a more sinister explanation remains to be seen. I'm kind of confused. Overcome with... I can't go back either. Alright, we'll just say curious. Go back now. Their skin is covered in fine-scale plating. Their postures vigilant, ready to spring to action, and their unmoving eyes follow your every step. Yet there's nothing in the area in apparent need of protection. Perhaps their ward did not survive the passing of time. Many of the sentinels themselves bear marks of assault. So are they actually like... They could actually be organic? Because these statues are called sentinels, and it says many of them have traces of biomatter indicative of heavy bleeding that's been found lodged, and a series of tiny cuts on their terminal portions. I guess we'll find out. Just wanted to make sure I was reading it correctly. Alright, we've got a little bit more time, I think, in the episode, so let's keep going. Our colony ship is just about to touch down. It's just arrived here. So I'm going to be looking to you guys to figure out what we're going to name this place. So for now, we'll just call it Colonia something. Colonia Triana. Until it's established. We need a name. Remember, this is a Gaia world with the diamond encrusted rings. So it's rich in deposits of diamonds and other precious stones. It's one of our largest worlds. It's in a extremely pretty looking system. A trinary star system. I just hope there's nothing here that's gonna make it all go wrong. It's got volcanic rivers, frozen gas lakes, submerged ore veins, lush jungles, black soil, teeming reefs. It's by all accounts the most perfect world we've ever come across. Alright, let's keep letting time play. Oh yeah, I do have a vote for you guys. How are we gonna handle the Site 10667 override? That's what I want to know. And I'll probably put up another one for the Kosher Trade League as well. So both the same. I don't know the options. They'll be similar to the options we had for the Tyrene Republic, but maybe a little bit more peaceful initially with the Kosher. So for Site 10667, how are we going to handle it? It's going to be a vote. It'll be on my Twitter. There'll be another vote on my Twitter as well for the Kosher. Please go check them out and see. We had over, I think, 160 votes or something for the first ones. It was really great, so really appreciate that. And remember, there's no more YouTube poll cards, so this is why I'm doing it through Twitter. So hopefully you guys can follow me over there as well, at ROP_tweets. And it'll also kind of give you an indication of when the episodes release. Of course, they release every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We're just going to keep going for a few more minutes before we wrap up. Let's put on our final song, maybe. Oh my days, we just saw the Tyrene Republic expand. Huh. And we've had another archaeological event pending. The Sentinels. It's continuing right away. Wow, that was very quick. Science officer... Oh no. Science officer Gallus Acillus is gone missing. He was last seen leaving the camp at sunset to find a tranquil spot to consider the Sentinels. In the days leading up to his disappearance, he raised concerns about the safety at camp following a growing number of accidents, and we fear that he may have abandoned his mission in protest. We need another scientist to continue it. Well, goddamn. Well, that's interesting as well. So he's just gone out of action. It says... No, that's not even him. That's someone else. Is it? Actually, that might be him. The ship, it seems like, will reappear next year, but I don't know if he'll be back on it. Alright, so that's going to be it for this episode. We are still kind of doing lots of the excavations around us. They are very interesting to read through with lots of multifaceted things going on. We have just begun the touchdown of our colony at Nishban 3, Colonia Triana. So the colony is beginning its growth. We've uncovered many more empires. We've been attacked randomly. We still have the threat of the Norilga swarm. They could attack any day. We don't know what the Tyrene Republic are thinking or doing. Our fleet is on its way out to head down and attack some the Lambada menace to get some experience, and then it's going to have to rapidly come back. This is quite a long deviation, I guess, but I just wanted to get some experience. But if we were to be attacked suddenly by on the east, that might be quite dangerous. Maybe, in fact, I might turn them around just so that they're up in this direction. Actually, you know what? Yeah, it's very like the colony ship. We're going to go back this way instead. It just makes a bit more sense, I think, to deal with the enemies around this area rather than to leave our posts. But our empire is spread quite wide now. And our star base is set up here. We need to build trade hubs into both of the places at Augusta. So once that's set up, the trade routes are now going to feed back to Terra, and we should start making a decent amount of energy and stuff from them. Of course, we did change our policies to help us do that. We could change them in the future if we wanted to. All right, that's going to be it for this episode. Remember to check the votes, check the Twitter, check your votes. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks for all the support so far. I really, really do appreciate it. Hope you guys are enjoying the series. I'm loving the playthrough, and I'll see you in the next one.